Alright, here we are. We are at Queen of Heaven Cemetery. And it's, oh man, what's all over my screen? It's hard to come to these cemeteries without checking out a gangster. So, here's where, Anthony Spilotro and Michael, his brother, are buried. Big time mafia. Made several movies about him. Here we go. Spilotro. I remember when they found these guys.
The two brothers that died 1986.
Yeah, they beat them to death with baseball bats. Remember in Casino, they beat his brother to death first, and well, not all the way to death, just beat the shit out of him and threw him in the hole.
They were buried alive.
Why, Tony got to watch, and he was next. Wild. You live the life, that's what happens, you know.
Anthony John Spilotro, born May 19, 1938, died June 14, 1986, nicknamed Tony the Ant, was an American mobster for the Chicago outfit in Las Vegas during the 1970s and 80s. Spilotro managed the outfit's illegal casino profits, the Skim, when four of the casinos, the Stardust, the Fremont, the Hacienda, and the Marina, were managed by Frank Rosenthal, replacing outfit member John Rosselli in Las Vegas. He was the leader of the Hole-in-the-Wall gang, which he formed in Las Vegas when he moved there in 1971. Spilotro eventually ran afoul of his organized crime overseers, who disapproved of his handling of their Las Vegas affairs, and who then arranged his murder on June 14, 1986. Spilotro served as the basis for the character Nicky Santoro in Martin Scorsese's mafia classic Casino. Spilotro and his brother Michael disappeared on June 14, 1986, after they drove away together from Michael's Oak Park home. Michael's wife Anne reported both brothers missing on June 16. Michael's car, a 1986 Lincoln, was recovered several days later in a motel parking lot near O'Hare International Airport on June 22nd. Their bodies were found on top of the other and stripped down to their undershorts, buried in a cornfield in the Willow Slough Preserve near Enos, Indiana. The freshly turned earth had been noticed by a farmer who thought that the remains of a deer killed out of season had been buried there by a poacher, and notified authorities. An autopsy completed on June 24th identified their cause of death as blunt force trauma and as certain that they had been dead since June 14th. They were identified by dental charts supplied by their dentist brother, Patrick Spilotro. The two were buried in a family plot at Queen of Heaven Cemetery in Hillside, Illinois on June 27th.
Doing Queen of Heaven here. Since we're here, we might as well check out one of the guys that is supposedly responsible for killing them, which would be Spilotro. So here's one of Spilotro's victims, and I forgot his name. What's his name, Crystal?
Mad Sam DeStefano.
Now let's find him. Let's go for a stroll. What's his tombstone look like?
Oh, I just pulled up this here.
Give us a picture. Beautiful cemetery here. It's not a Mount Carmel, but it's beautiful. We're going to stop over there, Mount Carmel, across the street. Amazing. I mean, it's probably the coolest cemetery I've ever been into out of all these. That's my favorite. Mount Carmel, Hillside, Illinois. It's just so full of gangsters, and there's so many mausoleums. I know I love me some mausoleums. It's amazing. And all this history. That's what brings me here. You know, that's what I'm used to seeing is them in the walls here, or the floor, or whatever. Usually the walls, of course, in these. But some of them you come across, just a coffin sitting in there. And here he is. We found him. Look into it and get a little more information on him. But supposedly Tony Spilotro killed him.
Samuel Mad Sam DeStefano, born September 13, 1909, died April 14, 1973, was an Italian-American gangster who became one of the Chicago outfit's most notorious loan sharks and sociopathic killer. Chicago-based Federal Bureau of Investigation agents such as William F. Romero, Jr. considered DeStefano to be the worst torturer-murderer in the history of the United States. The outfit used the mentally unstable and sadistic DeStefano for the torture murders of Leo Foreman and Arthur Adler. The murder of DeStefano's younger brother, Michael DeStefano, an outfit enforcer, and many others. However, due to DeStefano's deranged mental state, the outfit never let him become a made man. At least one of outfit insider Charles Grimaldi claimed DeStefano was a devil worshipper. On April 14, 1973, it was presumed that DeStefano was to have met with his brother, Mario Anthony DeStefano, and associate Tony Spilotro in the garage of his Galewood neighborhood home in the 1600 block of North Sayre Avenue. Before the meeting began, Spilotro allegedly entered the lot and shot DeStefano twice with a shotgun, hitting him in the chest and tearing his left arm off at the elbow, instantly killing him. The murder was never brought to trial.